Okay. So let's discuss on set C. Okay. What is given in set C? First question. It's a theory based question like major head and subhead. So as usual, once you step into your third page, you write what set you are writing it. It is set C. So record it with the respective set. Okay. So write set C. And now first question. What they asked you to do under what head and subhead the following items will appear in the balance sheet of a company. The first item is premium on redemption of debentures. So you can write in such a way, for example, you can prepare a table. This is 1A. Okay, write the question and then answer can be in such a way like serial number, particulars, major head, subhead. It could be as major head. Okay, and followed by that it is subhead. Okay, so the first item given in the question is premium on redemption of debentures. So first you write here, if it is A means A, 1 means 1. Okay, it is mentioned as A. So you can write in this as A. Follow what is given in the question. Major, the item you write here. Okay, premium on redemption of debentures. Major head will be the major head will be it is a non-current liability. Okay, so premium on redemption of debentures is a non-current liability or liabilities. Okay, you mentioned as liabilities. The next item, that is your subhead. It comes under other long-term liabilities. It comes under other, okay, long-term liabilities. Now, the second one question is what they've asked you. The second item they asked is matured debentures. Okay, so matured debentures. Your answer will be as it will be as current liabilities. Major head will be as current liabilities, and then it will be under the subhead as other current liabilities. It is going to be under the head of other current liabilities. Then you can close the table. Okay, so you can just put a box and write the first answer in such a way. Moving on to the question number two. From the following information, there is nothing but this B. Okay, 1A you have done it. This is 1B. From the following information, calculate the amount of cash flow from investing activity. So they are only asking you to do it cash flow from investing activity. So again, you prepare a table and write a heading top. It is cash flow from investing activities, and then you prepare the three columns. One is your particulars, the next two columns rupees inner column, rupees outer column, or details and rupees in such a way. Now first one, you have bought land purchased during the year. So will it be an inflow of cash or outflow of cash? It is an inflow or outflow. Land purchased during the year. Inflow, outflow. Very good. So particulars first நீங்க என்ன எழுதுறீங்க? இங்கேயும் heading எழுதுறீங்க. Cash flow from investing activities. Cash flow from investing activities. Okay. இதில் என்ன பண்ணும்? Inflow எல்லாம் ஒரு category ஆச்சுக்கோ. Outflow ஒரு category ஆச்சுக்கோ. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first let me clear it here itself, which are all inflow, which are all outflow. So I will be able to locate it easily. So cash land purchase will be outflow. So this will be within the bracket. Clear? The first item, that is 5 lakhs, will be within the bracket. Non-current investment purchased. So what will be that particular one? Outflow or inflow? Non-current investment purchased. It is outflow of cash. Fixed tangible asset machinery purchased. Inflow or outflow? Outflow of cash. You have an example clue: purchased, purchased. Okay, and here also purchased. If it is a purchased, then it is an outflow of cash. So three items will come in outflow of cash. The next one, what is said? Fixed tangible asset sold. Building. They have given you what you have sold. It is building that you have sold. Up sale, up in positive value. Next one, sale of. The next item is sale of tangible fixed asset. So again, here you see you have got sale, sale. Okay, and here also it is sale. So that means first value, second and third, all these value will be in positives. And next, interest received on the debentures that is held as investment. So this is also a positive figure. And finally, you have been mentioned as it is the interest, so dividend. It is mentioned as dividend received on shares as investment. So that means you have now categorized which are all items that go for outflow of cash, which are all the items that should be mentioned as inflow of cash. So work becomes very simple. Now I'm going to come back to my table. So I'm just going to write in such a way, one below the other. What I'm going to write is cash received from sale of building. Okay, cash received from sale of building. Value was rupees 6 lakhs. Next one, cash received from sale of investment. Value was mentioned as rupees 1 lakh 60,000. The next one is cash received from sale of machinery. Cash received from sale of machinery. Value was rupees 2 lakh 10,000. And next is cash received for interest on debentures. Okay, cash received, you can just put an hyphen, interest on debentures. இப்படியும் எழுதலாம். Okay, interest on debentures. Value is 1 lakh 10,000. And finally, in the receipt is cash received, dividend on shares. Dividend on shares. Value is rupees 30,000. Now, add all these values. Okay, you can just add all these values: 6 lakhs plus 1 lakh 60 plus 2 lakh 10 plus 1 lakh 10 plus 30. If you add all these values, how much you'll get? If you add all these values, you'll be getting an amount of rupees 11 lakh 10,000. Write that value in the outer column. 11 lakh 10,000. Now again, come back. You have to record those three outflow details. Cash used for purchase of land. Okay, you'll record as cash used for purchase of land. Write it in the inner column. Value of rupees 5 lakhs. Followed by that, cash used for purchase of non-current investment. Value of non-current investment is rupees 2 lakh 70,000. And then the third item, cash used for purchase of machinery. Value of this is rupees 4 lakh 50,000. When you add all these negative values, how much you will be getting it? 5 lakh plus 2 lakh 70 is 7 lakh 70. 7 lakh 70 plus 4 lakh 50 will give you 12 lakh 20. Am I right? You'll be getting an amount of rupees 12 lakh 20. It should be in the negative value. Okay. It should be in what value? Negative value. Or the answer key will not have negative value. Please put a negative value when you're recording it or when you're writing in your answer script. It should be negative value. Now look into it. Which value sounds heavier? Positive figure or negative figure sounds heavier? Among these two, when you added all the receipt, it gives you 11 lakh 10,000. When you recorded all the payments that you have done for the purchase, that gives you 12 lakh 20. So which value sounds heavier? Whether the amount that you have spent for the purchase is heavier or the amount of receipt you got that is heavier. எது அதிகமா இருக்கு? கேஷ் ரிசீவ்ட் ஓட டோட்டல் வேல்யூ அதிகமா இருக்கா இல்ல கேஷ் யூஸ் பண்ண வேல்யூ அதிகமா இருக்கா? யூஸ்ட் வேல்யூ. ஸோ அப்போ உனக்கு ஃபைனல் ஆன்சர் என்ன எழுதுவ அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நெட் கேஷ். ஓகே, அவுட்ஃப்ளோ. நெட் கேஷ் அவுட்ஃப்ளோ ஃப்ரம் இன்வெஸ்டிங் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் இல்லை யூஸ்ட் இன் இன்வெஸ்டிங் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் சொல்லலாம். ஓகே, நெட் கேஷ் அவுட்ஃப்ளோ ஃப்ரம் investing activities. Difference between these two, 12 lakh 20 ko 11 lakh 10 ko, what is the difference? 1 lakh 10,000 that value should be in negative. By this you'll close your first question B segment. Any doubt in the first question B segment value or how you're deriving the first segment B question? Moving on to the third question. It is a theory question which has been asked you once again. So set C is quite simpler. List any one difference between investing activity and financing activity. So I've already given you in your answer key. Just I'm reading that for your convenience. Investing activity is nothing but it is acquisition and disposal of long-term assets and other investments not included in the cash and cash equivalents. So, investing activity purely deals with the long term assets. So, acquisition is nothing but purchase. Purchasing the fixed asset is what they mean here as acquisition of your fixed assets or otherwise called as long term assets, and disposal, that means sale. So, if you look into this B category, there is problem B. First is a question problem B. You are asked to prepare the cash flow from investing activity. So initially you have mentioned the sale proceeds value. So that is nothing but the amount of inflow. Okay, and next you went on with the outflow. Okay, so that means this shows you the receipt and followed by that it also shows you the payments. Okay, so it is very clear that investing activities are acquisition and disposal of long-term assets and other investments which is not included in cash and cash equivalent, whereas financing activities are the activities that will result in the change in the size of composition of owners capital. So financing activity is purely dealing with what? Shares and debentures, also with the amount of loan what you have borrowed from the bank. And when these items gets into the business, then obviously the owner's capital or the equity in the business will be disturbed. So that's what they say. It will have a change. Rather than saying it as disturbed, we'll say it as there will be a change in the composition, that means structure of owner's capital, including the preference share capital and borrowings of the enterprise. Even the borrowings will also have a different capital structure. So this is a theoretical question which you have to learn it and understand. If you have any doubt in the concept, I am ready to clear it. Apart from that, there is nothing new to teach in this difference. If anyone have any discrepancy or query in understanding the C segment of question number one, then please let me know before we move on to question number two. Any doubt with respect to question number one, A subdivision, B subdivision, and C subdivisions? Please respond, ma. Right. So now we have three more problems under this. See second question. So what is the question is all about? On the basis of the following information, you are being asked to calculate debt to equity ratio and working capital turnover ratio. So almost the same what you learned that. Okay, we are going to look here. Right. So debt to equity and for this working capital turnover ratio, you have to take this given information. So these informations are going to be used for the calculation of debt to equity and working capital turnover ratio. Okay. So what is the formula for debt to equity? So first it's the second question, right? So second question, A subdivision. What you're going to find out? You're going to find out debt to equity. So for this, the formula is debt by equity. Now, debt here always referring to the long term debts. Okay, debt is nothing but it is your long term debts. Okay, come back to the question to understand which are all your long term debts. This is a revenue from operation, it is not a debt. This is a cost of revenue from operation, not your debt. Other current asset is not your debt. Current liability is not a debt. Paid up share capital. Will that be a part of a debt? No. Then comes your 6% debentures. Is this a part of your debt? Debentures is a part of your debt. Am I right? And then you have 9% loan. So these are the two items which will be taken up for your debt composition. So the value is 3 lakh rupees for debentures and 1 lakh rupees of loan. So you will just write here, okay, the long term debts, this includes, okay, how much percentage of debt, debenture, 6% debentures plus the value of 9 percentage loan. Now bring down its value. 6% debenture value is rupees 3 lakhs and 9% loan is value of rupees 1 lakh. That will give you a total of rupees 4 lakh. So debt composition I have received 4 lakh for the numerator. Coming up to the denominator, which is nothing but your equity, your shareholder funds. So equity is nothing but your paid up capital. Okay, there is something called as a paid up capital. that value plus the amount of debenture redemption reserve. Redemption reserve. This shortly we call it as DRR. But don't try the shortcuts. Engage shortcuts not allowed, strictly prohibited. If you use it, then please, I can't say what will happen. I don't want to say what will happen. Right? Shortcuts are strictly prohibited. Do not use shortcuts or short form anywhere. Remember in your mind very carefully. So these two, okay, paid up capital plus reserve, because shareholder funds includes share capital plus reserves and surplus. Debenture redemption reserves a part of a reserve. The word itself says it's a reserve. So these two, if you add, you will get the value of your equity. So what is the amount of your paid up capital as given here? The paid up share capital is rupees 6 lakhs, and the amount of your debenture redemption reserve is 2 lakh. So 6 lakhs plus 2 lakh will give you how much? Very good. Rupees 6 lakhs plus rupees 2 lakh, that is equal to rupees 8 lakh. Just come to your formula once again, 8 lakh. Now this, if you substituted, it will be as 1 by 2, which is nothing but 0.5. Okay, it is nothing but 0.5 is to 1. Please express this ratio in pure format. It is a pure ratio. Okay, so first subdivision got over in second question. Coming up to the second subdivision, B subdivision. What they have asked you to find out, calculate working capital turnover ratio. Okay, the B subdivision is calculation of, okay, working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. So you have two different formulas for this. You write both the formulas. So that means net revenue from operations divided by working capital. This is one formula, or there is one more formula, that is cost of revenue from operations. Cost of revenue from operations divided by working capital. Do not forget to do two methods. Obviously you get different values. So in this category, if you see net revenue from operations, just come back to the question. You have something called as net revenue from operations 60 lakhs, and working capital is also given to us. Just check it up whether do you have the working capital information in the question or not. Do we have? In other way you have it. What way? You have something called as current assets, closing stock, and current liabilities. With the help of this, you have to derive your working capital. There is something called other current assets value of rupees 11 lakh, and then you have got one more information, which is nothing but your inventory. Inventory is also your stock. Okay, so closing stock minus current liabilities. So write the formula and then you get the value of your working capital. So I'm just going to write the formula of deriving the working capital. Okay, so working capital. So working capital is equal to those details, other current assets plus closing stock, and from this you have to subtract your current liabilities. Okay, current liabilities. Now the value is very simple, rupees 11 lakhs plus value of rupees 1 lakh minus the current liability value of rupees 4 lakhs. If you do the substitution, you will be getting an amount of rupees 8 lakh. So now you calculated for this segment. So that means you will be getting 60 lakhs rupees divided by an amount of rupees 8 lakhs, and over this side it is mentioned as what is the value, cost of revenue from operations. So what is the amount of cost of revenue from operation is given the question as rupees 45 lakhs. So now recorded on this side rupees 45 lakhs divided by the same value of rupees 8 lakhs. So if you cancel out the zeros, common zeros, here it will be as 60 by 8. When you divide 60 by 8, you will be getting the value as 7.5. So slight change is there in your answer key. The side has got changed. Right hand side value should be on the left side and left side value should go for the right hand side. So this will be as 7.5 times, and this if you cancel the common zeros you will get finally an amount of rupees 45 divided by 8, that gives you 5.63 times. Okay, so this will be as 5.63 times. Any doubt to anyone up to this level, up to this segment? We are going to come to the fag end, that is the last segment of question 2, calculation of what, third subdivision is what, current asset of a company, they are given you an amount rupees 17 lakhs, current ratio they are given as 2.5, liquid ratio is given as 0.95. They are asking you to calculate current liability and inventory. Okay, up to this if you have any doubt please let me know before I go for the third question, C subdivision. Which one you did opposite? I'm not getting you properly. Yes, what I said is in your answer key you may find that 7.5 times for the right hand side and 5.63 will be for the left hand side value. That's a printing mistake. Okay. So if you divide 60 by 8, you will get 7.5 times. And if you divide 45 by 8, it will be as 5.60 times. That's it. Yeah. Now coming up to the third question, which is nothing but to calculate your current liability and your inventory. So first you have been given the current asset. So current ratio is given to you. Write the formula of current ratio first. Current ratio is equal to, don't use the shortcut what I given in the answer key, CA by CL. Write it completely. Current asset divided by current liability. Now, in this segment, if you see, they said the current ratio of the company is given as 2.5 times, and the current liability is amounting to rupees 17 lakhs. Sorry, so current asset is amounting to 70 lakhs. So current liability you have to find out. Now what can be done? Just cross multiply 2.5 current liability is equal to rupees 17 lakhs. Therefore, CL is equal to rupees 17 lakhs divided by 2.5. So if you divide this 17 lakhs by 2.5, it will give you a value of rupees 6 lakhs 80,000. This is how you are getting the value of 6 lakhs 80,000. Just frame the equation. 2.5 CL is equal to rupees 17 lakhs. CL is equal to 17 lakhs by 2.5. If you want to remove the decimal and do the calculation, then that also I'll tell you what to be done. Just see how many decimal you have. One decimal, so multiply the numerator and denominator with 10. Okay, both you multiply with 10 to remove the decimal. So here it will become as 17 followed by double zero, triple zero, and one more zero, divided by, here it is 250. Cancel out the common zeros. Now you have got an amount of rupees how much? 17 lakh by 25. This if you divide, you are getting an amount of rupees 6 lakhs 8,000. This is also a way to calculate it. If you find it difficult, do it in decimals. To remove the decimal, you can multiply the numerator and denominator with the respective value, and you can derive the value and do the calculations. Any doubt in calculating your current liability? Any doubt in current liability? Yeah. So current liability is equal to rupees 6 lakhs 80,000. Moving on to the second segment where they ask you to find out inventory, for which they are given quick ratio. So quick ratio formula எழுதுக is equal to your quick assets divided by your current liabilities. And here, what is the value they are given? The quick ratio is given in the question as 0.95. Am I right? The quick ratio they are given is, okay, liquid ratio is given as 0.95. So with the help of this only, we are going to, okay, work it off now. So 0.95 is equal to your quick assets divided by current liability. Your quick assets divided by your current liabilities. Just cross multiply. That means it will be as quick assets are is equal to 0.95 current liabilities. Now you are going to, okay, fix up the value. So what we are going to do for finding out inventory, quick assets is equal to, okay, that 9.5 of 6 lakh 80,000. Okay, so what you will be getting it, that's what you are going to find out. So this is nothing but current, this is nothing but the value of rupees 6 lakhs 46,000. Value of rupees 6 lakhs 46,000. How come? Quite simple. The value quick assets is equal to 0.95 of your current liability. So what is your current liability? What is your current liability value? What is the value of your current liability? 6 lakhs 80, right? What is the value of your current liability, ma? So 6 lakhs 80 is the value of your current liability. That if you divide by the value, how much you are getting it? you will be getting the value of a quick assets as 6 lakhs 46,000. Did you understand how we are deriving the value of rupees 6 lakhs 46,000? If you have any doubt for anyone, any doubt to anyone? Okay. Next is inventory calculation. Okay, so the calculation of inventory is current asset minus quick assets. Okay, so formula inventory is equal to your current assets minus your quick assets. That will give you current asset value rupees 17 lakhs minus your quick asset value comes to rupees 6 lakhs 46,000. This will be an amount of rupees 10 lakhs 54,000. Okay, this is nothing but an amount of rupees 10 lakh 54,000. So this is your inventory value. So finally you can write your current liability value is rupees 6 lakhs and 80,000, and your inventory value is rupees 10 lakh and 54,000. This is your final answer for this question. If you have any doubt, please let me know before we wind up this segment, so that in another 10 minutes we can get connected for the set B, by which all the three sets A, B, and C has been given a training to you what needs to be done, how to be done, how to fill your top sheet, everything. Despite this, I don't think you need any much guidance or guidelines. And of course in the morning around like 6:30 or by 6 o'clock 6 to 7 I'll connect it to discuss on some viva questionnaires apart from the one what we have discussed in the classroom today. Or if it's not required, then not an issue, or I'll connect it. Those who are interested to join, interested people just join up and try to learn something out of it, and by which tomorrow I think you all can do wonders. And please, boys particularly, as you know that, greet the teacher very well, and girls also give your salutation, and then you introduce yourself to the respective person, and you go ahead with your project. Be confident enough when you are discussing about your project, and at the same time, if something doesn't come to your mind at that point of time, just tell them sorry I forgot, or tell me sorry I don't remember. But don't pretend as though you know everything and get trapped. So paper will be easy. That's what I already shared the paper with you. We have discussed what needs to be done. At the same time, the Viva questionnaires will be easier or it could be moderate or average, but we cannot decide it. It depends on the spot. But it can be from the project and also general. Okay, so with this, for set C, I am putting an end. Set B will connect in another 10 minutes from now after a short break. Shall we? Okay, ma'am. Thank you.